we've got a box. But this is concerning. Am I going to be radioactive when it's done? So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa or your 64 hydro. This one says, my spirit animal is a grumpy dragon who slaps annoying people, and it has my name on the bottom. This is one of my older mugs. It's actually quite apropos. This week that I'm filming has been a rough week. It's not over yet, and there are things coming up that are going to be rough. So this is quite appropriate. Let's go ahead and get a sip of our drink, and we can get started. And if you're wondering why we're back to the 64 hydro, anytime you see that, we're back in the 80s. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't know. On the plus side, we did miss Milton, and I hope everybody who was hit by Milton is okay. Anyway, so, yeah, we got a box. I don't know why it says Rancho Cucamonga, California, as where it came from, because I happen to know this came from China. It is from one of our It's News. They must have been concerned in Rancho Cucamonga, California about the box. I don't know. The hazardous materials thing is, the hazmat is kind of concerning. I swear to God, I didn't order any plutonium or anything, so I don't know what that's all about. This is a pretty box. So, this is a palette that's from ByUs. I am not seeing anything else on it. You know what I think what happens is these things, when they come in from China or anything else, isn't this box gorgeous? They have to go through customs, so hopefully everything in here is the way it's supposed to be. Let's go ahead and open it up. I love this box. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so it says Love by Us on the inside. Let's pull this. Oh, they packed that really well. They included a little card. You all know I love the little cards. This just says Love by Us. By Us. That's all. But y'all know I love the little cards. I love the little cards. I'm going to keep this box. This box is too pretty to throw away. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. I'm going to put that little card down there. Wow, this is a lot thicker than I thought it would be, even when you account for all the packaging, but they bubble wrapped it really well. I have all my stuff. I need to sharpen or replace these scissors. That's what I need to do. Very soon. All right. Oh, God. This packaging is so cute. My cats actually like playing with bubble wrap, which is very strange to me. But yes, one of my cats. You can guess which one. I'll explain bubble wrap. So I'm going to hang on to that for her. I do keep an eye on her with it, but it's just weird. All right, so this is their Garden Busters palette. They even have it wrapped in plastic on the inside. This is a really much thicker box than I expected. Now, as I recall, the pricing for this wasn't that bad, including the overseas mailing wasn't that bad. This is a very cute palette. Yes, I kind of already have an idea of what I want to do with it. This is a really thick palette. This is not what I expected. Most palettes now are fairly thin, but this one is, look at that. Look at that compared to my last, well, I guess it's not that far off, but Yeah, it's even wider than my last Nomad. I have a new Nomad coming in. It's one of my birthday presents. I am waiting for another thing to become available for me to get towards the end of the month for my birthday. Oh, this is cute. Get this out of here. Oh, I've already dinged it with my nail. That's okay. Anyway, there is the palette. Pretty much primary colors, mostly brights. Beautiful. Comes with a mirror, as you can see. Just really surprised at how deep it is. All right, so this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shimmery type shades. A couple of them look like they're going to be, at the very least, duochromes. And it has 6 mattes. And none of it is neutrals except for this brown, really. Well, I think this one could almost count as a neutral. But this is a nice deep brown. I'm probably not going to use that today. Let me go ahead and grab some of these and see. That's soft. I really got high hopes for this. I really got high hopes for this. The imprints are cute. It has the faces and stuff of the little buggers on the front of the palette, the little fruits and veggies. All right, so let's, gosh, I just picked 4. I am not wearing my glasses. I should be wearing, oh wow. Even not wearing my glasses, I can see that some of those are showing up really well. I guess the only concern is that green shimmer. Yeah, looks like it's supposed to be a green to gold duochrome, but it is not showing up very well, huh? That's disappointing. Let's grab a little bit more and see if I can build her up. Oh, that just might be, it is on there. That just might be the shade not working with my hand, with my skin tone. That's going to be odd. You get that green, but then you see that there's quite a bit of a purple in there. Anyway, that is unexpected. I am going to go ahead and swatch a couple more of these really quickly because I want to see how they look before I decide finalize what I'm doing. I have an idea. I just want to finalize what I'm doing. That's a pretty color. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so these are going to look very pretty. Not particularly fall shades, I don't think, but and I want to get this blue and orange and see what it does. Actually, there's 2 of them. I might as well just finish up. There's a light green matte and a yellow matte. The yellow matte probably won't show up. Let's go ahead and just finish her up. I'm not going to grab pear. We all know that that's going to disappear on my skin. That will not show up. Oh, grab you, grab you. Whoa, 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 okay. This is on my thumb. That's from that top. You can see a slight green in there. This is the one that has the orange and red in it. That is interesting. Huh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's go ahead and do the swipe test real quick. I'm actually ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and get started pretty much right away. Okay, so they have staying power. That is a good thing. Scrub, scrub, scrub to get rid of the color. No, I have no idea where some of this bruising came from. Don't know what I did. I just did something. I'm one of those people. I will do something, I will fall into something, I will hit something, I won't remember it, and then later I'll go, where'd that bruise come from? All right, so I am pretty much set to go. A couple of these colors were much lighter than I anticipated. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to throw peach directly under the brow and onion just below it for part of the crease. Then we'll go on the inner corner with grape. Let's go with the oranges. Oh God, that's so pretty. It's not the color, quite the color I thought it would be, but we'll go with the oranges across the lid. We'll use this beautiful fig on the outside. I don't know what I'm doing in the crease yet. Probably this blue. Which is blueberry. I might end up using the brown to deepen things up. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get it started. I went ahead and pulled out just a bunch of brushes. I don't even know if I got everything I need. I said, it's been a week, folks. It's been a week. And it's a week I could really just like do without. All right, so we are going to grab a floofy brush. We're going to see how this stuff works with a floofy brush. I think I'm going to need another floofy brush at some point. I am going to go ahead and actually get this a little bit damp on the end, since that's what I'm using. Just a little bit. And we're going to grab some of that peach and put it under the brow. Okay, so peach is sealing up just a little bit. I'm hoping that's because of the brush I'm using. So I'm kind of digging those, I'm kind of digging down into it a little bit to try to get some of that up. And here we go, peach on a floofy brush. Oh, she's coming up. She's taking a little bit of work, but she's there. Spreading it out. This is definitely a good under the brow color, as it's so light. Let me pull closer. I should have pulled you closer too. We'll get to that in just a second. Anyway, as I was saying, this is a good under the brow color, as she is so light that just brings in some beautiful shine and brightness and lightness to the rest of the look. Although in this case, we're going to get a lot of that anyway, right? All these really bright colors. Let me pull you closer. There we go. Yeah, you can see it there. You can see it there. All right. Now the next color, I'm not so sure we're going to see much of it, but we're going to try it dry. Let's try it dry first. And that's this color, Onion. Put that towards the crease. We're going to do the same method of sort of dabbing into it to get stuff up. It's definitely coming up better on the dry brush. Oh, she's there too. Hello. I don't usually use so much shimmer right under my eye, my brow. So we are going to have an almost completely shimmer look this time. That's unusual. I like to have a little bit of shimmer here, but just to bring some brightness. But usually this this crease color I do here, just above the crease, is usually a matte. That is pretty. That actually came out pretty. It's very light. It's fine. It's fine. But it's showing up, so I'm happy with that. All right, so next I have to put my stuff across my eye. We're going to go about 2/3. So we're going to have that one plum color here, and then we're going to have that other mixed color with the blue in here, and then that matte doesn't need it. So on the outer end won't need it. Let's all hope the eyes behave today. It'd be really nice if something, kind of went well. I mean, things haven't gone horribly. It's just not been a good week. So as usual, I've got my long sponge tip here for those other two. I still have glitter across the back of my hand. There's a reason my daughter calls me the fairy dragon. I'm a pitsy dragon. All right, I'm going to start with this grape. Oh, she's not picking up as well as I'd hope. It is a very soft consistency as I'm pushing it. It is not dry. It's just taking a minute to pick up on the sponge tip. And we're going to go about 1/3 of the way across, the way I usually do. Tried to make the filming easy because I want to make the actual editing easy. But of course I'm doing one of my complicated things, right? Okay, and I also brought out one of my usual brushes so we can test having to do repairs, see how it goes on with the brush, get into the crease the way I like to get into the crease. Sometimes the sponge tip is a little too bulky. It is not picking up as well on the brush, even though the brush is wet. This is not unexpected. I honestly don't expect most brands to have their shimmers and whatnot work good with brushes. There's only 2 brands I actually kind of expect that from, and that's only because they surprised me with it. Okay, so I think we're all in there. I don't know how much this helped, but anyway. Got another sponge tip. We're going to go ahead and grab this orange pea. This is the blue and orange one they have down here, which has this beautiful blue cast to it. Put that across. Oh, that is beautiful. It's picking up beautifully on the sponge tip, much easier than grape did. I think their textures are just a little bit different, and that may be what helped. She's looking a little gray to me. I know she's going to look better. At least the duochrome isn't a black base. Or if it is, at least it's not coming up in such a way, dusty, in such a way that that's all you see is that black base with some sort of hint of color over it. But I'm seeing a little bit of orange show up in the color. It's not coming across as beautifully as the other one. I wonder if I picked the wrong one. Did I pick the wrong one? I think I picked the wrong one. Well, yeah, I should have picked that one. But that's okay. This is pretty. You know what? We're going to be daring. Nobody says you have to do these in a particular way, right? So I'm going to grab a little bit of that pea. That pea color. And put it over this orange sea. Just a little bit. See how they blend. If at all. Yeah, that did it. That's beautiful. I can see it in there. I can't really see it in here when I'm looking at it, but I can see it with that light on it. There's a beautiful hint of that color on there. All right, so next we are going to go ahead and grab this fig. She is figgy. Put this on the outer corner. Coming up nicely on the brush. Not having to fight her at all. She is blending into the edge of that shimmer really nicely. That is a beautiful color. And it's fairly true to the pan. With purples, that is really hard to do. They're usually lighter, I think, is what they go. You would think I would know this for sure, being as much of a purple aficionado as I am. I'm going to do it just a little bit differently, I think. I'm going to go ahead and take this purple all the way across. And I'm going to form my point with it. And we're going to see how that looks before I do anything else. Going to go just a little bit upwards. Just a little bit. We want you to show up. It's not really showing up high enough. I don't want to do the whole upper point thing. Let's just, let's kind of do it, but let's not go all the way up the way we normally do, right? I'm going to take this purple down a little bit further. I'm fighting with myself. I am resisting going too high. But I feel like it's just not coming up high enough to be seen above my crease. Maybe? Okay, it's there. It's there. I am going to define my crease. We are going to go ahead and use that brown. I think the blue is going to be too light, so we're going to go ahead and use that brown. I'm going to get my the triangular brushes, and I'm just going to try to do a little bit of brown to define the crease and get some depth in there. I'm not going to take it up. I'm just trying to get that bit of line in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on this outer edge a little bit, like I'm going to do a point, but I'm going to have it blend into the rest of that purple. So the very outer edge of that purple is that, that edge of that point that I normally do. Right there is the purple. And while that brown is coming in and doing its thing, it is looking more like a deep, deep aubergine than a brown. I am not mad at that. That is pretty. One more thing before I go and do my other eye and finish my face very quickly. I'm gonna grab one of my clean fluffer brushes. Fluffer brush. And just go ahead and blend up this top. We don't want to overdo it. We just want to put some blending in there. Just a little bit. I like it. 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 It's rare for me to like something so early, but that came out nice. There is fallout from the matte, but the only fallout so far I have from the glitters is from my hand, where you can see it's still there. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and finish my face, and then we'll talk about it. So here's our completed look, ears and all, and hopefully everything is still the way it was the last time I looked. Now, let me look again really quickly. Oh, we got a little bit of a problem. Not enough to worry about. We have the weepy eye thing going on, but here it is close up. Alrighty, so I do want to tell you what I did to finish this out a little bit. So under the eyes, I did end up using the grape for about a third of the way through, and I used the Sunny to kind of brighten up the inner corner. But for the rest of the under the eyes, I used my Moira's, and I used the Star Show 10 Extra, this purple, under most of it. And then on the very back end, to get that smokier look, to give the look a bit more definition, I used the color 16 Low Key, which is this smoky gray, deep gray. And so yeah, that's the look. And I've got to say, I'm already kind of blown away by this palette, this company. I hope all of their formulas are like this, because seriously, it is holding up to my inner eyes. I told you there was a little bit of going on right here, I think. It wasn't horrible. I have not retouched it at all. I usually, even with Nomad, usually by this time I've retouched at least once. But I haven't retouched it at all. So it's holding up to my inner corners just beautifully. Really surprised by that. Overall, the formulas are smooth. The shimmers are kind of buttery. The mattes are really soft and easy to put on. The mattes do have quite a bit of fallout. The shimmers have a little bit of fallout, but not a lot. And I'm just really surprised by this palette. This palette is indeed cruelty-free, and I do believe the packaging is recycled. Now, it is made in the PRC. They are located in China. But like I said, cruelty-free, and I believe the packaging is recycled. It is so cute. It looks totally butchered now, but it is so cute. This is not something that I would normally be excited about because there's a lot of empty space in here. So I'm really glad the packaging is recycled. I like the cuteness of the mirror. It's not really a functional mirror, probably for most people, but it is a cute shaped mirror. The colors are really nice. There are some colors that are going to be problematic on me because of my skin tone, the lighter yellow, things like that. But overall, I think this is a palette for someone who would want color that isn't too bright. Now, you do have some brights, obviously. You got the orange and you got the yellows and stuff like that. They're expected. But most of these colors are not really bright. And the fact that they show up on my skin is amazing to me. Y'all know I get stuff from ZC all the time. Their stuff rarely shows up on my skin. It's kind of sad. So these guys, I think, kind of took into account deeper skin tones, which is also really nice. And I really am enjoying the palette already. And like I said, it just really blew me away that it's still on my inner corners. All that said, there is a couple of minor nitpicky things. First of all, the two shimmers I used on the upper corner of my upper eye, one used with a brush did start to seal up before they even touched my face. So those weren't sealing up because of, you know, my oils or anything. They just were. I did find a way around it. I did tap into it and kind of break up the sealing. So it wasn't a hard seal, but that can be problematic if it's that can be an issue. A lot of times if you don't catch it in time, things will seal up so badly that the only way to get anything is to scrape off the top. And I didn't have to do that, so that is appreciated. And I had no problems with that on the yellow Sunny at all. The second thing was for people that have concerns about it. Like I said, the mattes do have fallout, and they do blend fairly well. Even the shimmers blend on top of each other fairly well. I'm pretty impressed myself. But a couple of them were a little harder to pull up, even though they weren't sealing. The Orange Sea was kind of difficult to bring up. The Onion and the Peach were a little hard to bring up, but they still, I actually really like this look. This look is just, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. You all know it usually takes me a while, but you all saw me starting to get really excited right about the time everything was coming up. At any rate, that is it. You'll have to let me know down below if you'll be picking up Garden Busters. It will be listed along with the price and everything else. The shipping, I don't recall being all that bad, and it did ship rather quickly and did arrive rather quickly, as I recall. I want to say 2 weeks at the most, but I'd have to double check it. And I will put in a little comment over wherever I put the little text things at the bottom to let you know how long it took to get to me, because I can go ahead and check my tracking on that. But once it hit here, it went through customs fairly quickly, and then apparently came from Rancho Cucamonga in like 2 days. So it did arrive very quickly, and I really appreciate that. And it was in good condition. It was well boxed. I don't think anybody ordering this would end up with a shattered palette, which is really nice. And it's just, this is, I'm going to admit that, this kind of art is a bit more, I want to say juvenile than I usually go for, but I think the whole thing is kind of cute. And like I said, the actual palette is just, to me, I'm already astonished. I'm already really impressed. And I'm interested in buying more from the company at some point. Not right away, but at some point, I think I'm going to keep an eye on them and see if they have anything else come out that I'm interested in, because this arrived to me fairly well. And I'm going to compare that a little bit to Clarity, which came in from the US, and we got the Lost Kingdom, and I'm afraid to do much with it because it came in shattered. Pieces of it were broken. And so it was really nice. And Clarity's a more expensive brand. So it was really nice to have these arrive from overseas in actually beautiful condition. And I'm very excited about it. So like I said, you'll have to let me know down below if you're interested in this palette, if you're thinking about buying it, if, my little do here convinced you to give it a try, even though you weren't initially interested. I would love to hear it all down below. In the meantime, gonna get one last sip of our drink and head on out of here. We already know what it tastes like. It's getting dark out there, and I've got a reading to do, and my husband has, food to cook. So we're gonna go ahead and do the things. So let's get our sip. I've had to tell my son to go a little bit lighter on the juice. Finances are, when it comes to food, it's really hard. We're spending way too much on food. So to try to make the juice last longer, we are trying to get my son to put in just a little less juice. But that means I also have to adjust to being there a little less juice in the drink. And I much prefer more juice in it. But we're working on that. And as you know, I love my girls. I love my dragonettes. And I hope you have a good one.